lag in between. So don't worry.
Sir.
Your time is wasted. I will cover up all the things well in time. So let us बेटे once again start. Don't worry. चिंता नहीं किसी ने भी करनी बेटा. We were on this expression beta, energy rather the kinetic energy. हाँ जी बेटे, yes, no problem, don't worry. Sometimes technical problem is there, that is sorted out now, don't worry, it's all well now. So beta, dear students, we were talking about the kinetic energy beta. This is equal to 1 by 2 mv square. This is the expression for our kinetic energy beta. Furthermore beta, linear momentum, this is the product of the mass and the velocity of the particle. Now what I do further is that beta, this is my kinetic energy, I am just multiplying it by 1. Hanji, good. And 1, it can be written as m upon m also, and m will get cancelled with m. So when we multiply any numerical factor, any formula with 1, that will not at all beta alter the result. Then we take furthermore this m, when getting multiplied by this m, it will give you m square. So this is m square v square upon m. I can write it collectively as m into v complete square beta. So dear, m into v, this is equal to your linear momentum p. So I can write it as p square. This m in the denominator will remain as such, no change in it. So E, this is equal to p square upon 2m. If I shift this 2m to the left hand side, let us see what happens on shifting it to the left hand side beta. P square is equal to 2 into m into E, and P, this is square root of 2m and E. So this is how beta I relate linear momentum with the kinetic energy itself. This was the expression for the kinetic energy, and here we have the relationship beta between your linear momentum and kinetic energy beta. So beta, dear children, let me further talk in terms of beta some numerical problem, some small rather numerical problem beta over here. As we were last time having the concept of kinetic energy beta, the kinetic energy E, this is equal to half m into v square. Sir, there was a message from the student side that video has freezed. I don't think एक बार check कर लीजिए. So beta, let us begin with a numerical problem beta. You can write it side by side. We have beta, you can write that how the kinetic energy of an object will change if the velocity is doubled. Velocity को बेटे velocity is doubled. We are to calculate the change in the kinetic energy. Let us see to that change. That how do we get this kinetic energy? We have E to be equal to half m and square of this velocity. new kinetic energy is required. Let new kinetic energy, this is equal to E dash, new velocity, let it be V dash, as new velocity is given to be equal to double the initial value of the velocity. So V dash will be equal to twice V. New kinetic energy E will be equal to half E dash, rather half m square of this V dash. And furthermore, what I can do is that I can substitute for this V. Let me substitute for this P dash. This is E dash half m twice of this V is we are making the square of this term. What we will have is that E dash, this is equal to 1 by 2 m 2V. When we complete the square, it is 4V square. 4 can be taken outside, and E dash, this is 4, and dear all, this is 1 by 2 m and V square. You can see this expression, 1 by 2 mv square, this 1 by 2 mv square is nothing but the initial value of the kinetic energy. So I will say that E dash, this is equal to 4 times E. If we focus upon the question itself, it is clearly written that how the kinetic energy of an object will change. We are to calculate the change in the kinetic energy. So change in kinetic energy, this will be equal to 4E. This is the new kinetic energy. This is 4E. Initial value is equal to E. So change, we are getting 3 times the expression for this kinetic energy. So this is how the kinetic energy of the object is changing. So dear children, once again I am briefly repeating the things. Very first point was regarding our kinetic energy. We developed the expression for the kinetic energy, that was equal to half mv square. And furthermore, what we can do is that we can relate the kinetic energy with the momentum that we related as such. And finally, we calculated in terms of some numerical factor, small numerical was there related to the concept of kinetic energy. Now let me start the concept of potential energy. Let us talk about potential energy, what potential energy is, and how we can calculate potential energy. Potential energy so potential energy we can define potential energy. It is defined as the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its position or configuration. Position or configuration. There are two important words, position or configuration. How we can relate these two position and configuration with the potential energy. But a position means when we lift an object from the ground level up to some height, then the energy is stored in the body. This is due to the position. What we actually did is that we changed the position of the object from the surface of the earth up to some height. So we have to perform some work, we have to do some work. That work then actually gets converted into the potential energy that is stored in the object. Best example for this video is the energy stored in the water present in the dam. You might have seen the dams, Bhakra Nangal Dam or any other dam. The very high walls with the help of very wide concrete slabs, these are made. Water is stored up to very large height. As the height of the water increases, the energy stored in the water in the form of potential energy also increases with it. So, dear children, when we release that water, that potential energy gets converted into the kinetic energy. My point over here is just that, when we lift an object from the surface of the earth up to some height, energy stored is potential energy. Secondly, second example regarding this configuration. You might have heard or seen the watch based upon the spring. We just fill the key, we rotate the key, the watch starts working, and when the key or when the spring unwinds, then the clock or the watch, it stops with it. So you have a spiral spring. You can see this is the spiral spring. We make the windings tight. We lose, this is in the loose position. When it is made tight, then energy is stored in it in the form of its configuration. As it will unwind, then that stored energy that may be taken out in the required form. So dear students, again brushing up the definition that any object, it is possessing energy when due to the position, secondly due to the configuration, then that energy is called potential energy. Position means height, configuration means spring, as it is indicated to you. You can also take the example of this spring. This is a spring in the horizontal position. You can elongate it, leave it, it will come back. So when we stretch a spring, energy is stored in this spring, that energy is due to the configuration. So this is how we say that the potential energy in the form of position as well as your configuration. Now let me have a mathematical expression for the potential energy. Let us have expression for potential energy. We have ground level. This is the ground level, you can imagine. And here the object is placed on the ground level. Mass of the object can be imagined to be equal to small m. Weight of the object, this is acting vertically in the downward direction. Actually, this weight, this is the gravitational force acting on the object. We have discussed it so many times. Now, what I want to do is that I want to lift this object in the upward direction. I just shift this object up to this height h. Suppose this is the height h by which the object is lifted from the ground level. When you will be lifting, you will have to apply the force. Imagine you are applying the force in the upward direction. because you are to lift it in the upward direction. This is the force applied. This is covered is in the same direction. So you can say that work done that can be equal to S, F and S. These are in the same direction. So that is why I will not be writing cos of angle theta and all that. So this is equal to F. This is your M into G and S is equal to H. And this work done, this gets stored in the form of energy. So I can say that potential energy, this is equal to M into G into H. बेटा बहुत ध्यान से फोकस करके देखेंगे, कंसंट्रेट करेंगे. Potential energy, this is directly dependent upon the mass of the object. If the mass of the object is large, large will be the potential energy. If the mass of the object is less, potential energy will become less. So as the mass increases or decreases, accordingly the potential energy increases or decreases. So there is direct linear dependence between the potential energy and mass of the object. Second thing, potential energy, this is directly dependent upon the height from the ground level. We are given some ground level, we lift it up to some height h. If the height by which the object is lifted that is less, potential energy stored will be less. If the height by which the object is lifted is more, then the potential energy will be more, as this relationship is indicating. And with G, nearby surfaces of the earth जो है, repeat कर रहा हूँ बेटी definition, don't worry. G in the nearby surfaces of the earth or up to some less height, this we consider to be equal to same. Otherwise, no doubt we know that G varies with height as well as depth. But when we talk about the height of a few meters or few kilometers, then practically speaking, G does not change so much. Suppose we lift the object by a height of 500 meters, so G will not be changing so much. So we can say that this is the constant factor. G is the constant factor for the nearby heights. Now, potential energy में definition repeat कर रहा हूँ, as you were asking that I should repeat the definition. Potential energy जो है, this is defined as the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its position. By virtue of का मतलब जो है, that is that की due to its position or due to its configuration. Any object having energy stored in it due to its position or due to its height, that is called potential energy. Now, dear children, I will be having some small numerical based upon the concept of potential energy, and let me discuss that numerical with you people. Numerical, it says that a 5 kilogram ball is lifted to a height of 10 meters. You can note a 5 kilogram object is lifted to a height of 10 meters. Calculate the potential energy stored in it. Calculate the potential energy stored in it. Very simple numerical problem directly based upon the formula itself. Solution part, potential energy, this is equal to M into G into H. Mass is given to be 5 kg. I should write that mass is equal to 5 kg and G 9.8 meter per second square. For your simplification of the calculations or for the simplified calculations, this can be taken 10 also. Then H, this is equal to your 10 meters. I will just substitute the values. I will have M is 5, G is 9.8, H is 10. After substituting all these values, let us solve this with this potential energy 5 into 10, 50 into 9.8. This potential energy 5 into 8, 490 joules. So in this manner, beta, you can calculate the potential energy stored in the object. Dear all, before proceeding with the new topic, one more numerical I am giving to you, beta. Let us see that numerical problem, beta. Numerical says that, beta, an object of mass 1 kilogram. Repeating, an object of mass 1 kilogram. This is raised through a height h. Is raised through a height h. We are not given the height, that how much height it is raised by. The potential energy increases by 1 joule. Its potential energy increases by 1 joule. Then what we are supposed to do is that, beta, we are to calculate height h. Height h. So let us have this calculation, beta. Regarding the solution part, mass, this is given to be 1 kg. Height, it needs to be calculated. G is 9.8 meter per second square. Potential energy, increase in the potential energy is said to be 1 joule. Let me substitute the values in order to solve it. Keep one thing in mind that, beta, when we write the formula, try to solve the formula itself before substituting the values within. Let us see. Potential energy, we have mgh. Now, beta, by solving the formula, I mean to say that, beta, I can write E to be equal to mgh and h to be equal to E upon m into g. Never put the values initially. Put the values after solving this, beta. And when we will be putting the values after solving it, beta, so we will have yes, we will say that this is energy 1 joule, mass 1 kg, G, let me take it 10 for the simplified calculation, beta. So this height, this is equal to 0.1 meters, beta. So in this manner, beta, we can calculate the height attained by the object. Then, beta, after this, I am focusing upon, beta, the principle of conservation of energy. This was regarding your kinetic energy as well as potential energy. You also discussed, beta, how to calculate some numericals, maybe simple, maybe otherwise. Now let us proceed further with the principle of conservation of energy. Let me have the statement part first, then I will try to have the solution for this also. So let us have it a principle of conservation of energy. Principle of conservation, principle of conservation of energy. This is our new topic, beta. Principle of conservation of energy. It states that, beta, energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed, but we can convert energy from one form into another form. This is the statement part. I will make you understand this also. Principle of conservation of energy. It states that energy can be any, mechanical as well as your potential or kinetic, both types included. It states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be converted from one form into another. Second way is there to define it also. Principle of conservation of energy states that energy remains conserved. However, one form of energy can be converted into the other form. Total energy remains conserved, but one form of energy can be converted into another. Now, we are to proceed with the proof of this energy conservation. Let us have that proof. This is very simple statement, beta. We say that the total energy remains constant. However, kinetic and potential energy may change. But beta, on which mathematical basis we can say the same thing, that the total energy fixed hai, but kinetic energy or potential energy, they are interconvertible or all that. So let us have the proof of this statement, beta. And this proof I am giving for a freely falling object. Proof, beta, this is for a freely falling object. Imagine that here this is the ground level. Let it be the ground level, this one. So, dear children, time is up. This is the time for your next period, beta. So I will continue next time. Thank you all, beta.